Welcome back to the Doorkickers player channel. This is mission 60, these groceries. If you want to watch just the replay, there's a dedicated playlist on my page. Go ahead and check that out. This is the breakdown. So what we're going to do first is we're going to watch the replay to familiarize yourself with the mission. This is a hostage rescue mission, as you can see on the screen. And then after the replay, we're going to watch a brief montage of all of my attempts of this mission on 100x speed. And this one took me about 25 minutes total, so I'd say maybe 20 of those minutes were attempts that failed. And then after we watch the quick little montage, we're going to go ahead and break down the successful attempt at accomplishing this mission. Let's go ahead and watch the replay.
Lock and load. Let's do this. No contact. Down. They go down. Time to go. Civilian secure. Civilian secure. Civilian secure. Holding. Moving. On your mark. Covering. Position. On target. On target. Flash out. Holding. Moving. They go down. Let's go. Civilian secure. Come with civilian secured. Flash out. Looks clear. Looks clear. X-ray down.
Good job. We're done here.
All right, well, as you can see, it was a hostage rescue mission that ended with me taking out all of the tangos. Originally, my plan was to rescue the hostages, but this happened first. But we'll get into that in the breakdown. Let's go ahead and watch the montage. All right, so as you can see, we made a few changes to some of the operators, but let's talk first about the mission. So the mission itself is a hostage rescue mission with a whole bunch of hostages, which makes this super, super sketchy because at any moment the hostages can die in the crossfire, which has happened multiple times. And in order to prevent that, I need to move as quickly and as efficiently as possible, utilizing as many tools as I can. And there's essentially two ways to go about doing a mission like this. One is to fit all the operators with superior firepower and pray for the best and just have them move nonstop. Another way is to take it a little slower and fit them with the right equipment and use flashbangs and pretty much every tool at your disposal. So the way we're doing that is we're splitting them up into two teams, team 1 and team 2. So the operators are going to be 1-1, 1-2, 2-1, 2-2. And so the number 1 operators have pistols and dynamic hammers. I've done this in a previous mission where I needed an operator, I think it was mission 54, where I needed an operator to break down a door. And it comes really useful for locked doors because it knocks down the door quickly and allows the operators to move at a faster pace. So the way that the game is set up is when an operator is carrying a dynamic hammer, they move slower. So in order to have them move at the same pace as the other operators, we have them rocking with the dynamic hammer and just a pistol. When you take out the rifle, the operators move quicker. It's essentially following the idea that equipment makes you move slower. That's the idea. And I see this all the time in these missions where different types of equipment will, and in the game, just different types of equipment will give the operators different speed. And the bigger the equipment, the bigger the weapon system, the slower they move. And that's kind of real life as well. But regardless, we're gonna have them. We're gonna have two operators rock with a pistol and dynamic hammer, and two operators with the ACR rifle, which is very, very useful and works really well on smaller maps. For bigger maps, I recommend the Panzer, or not the Panzer, what is it called? I forgot what it's called. We'll see them in future missions. Anyways, but for smaller maps and for smaller missions, the ACR, especially the ACR silenced, works so well for these kinds of missions. And the pistol, so the pistol operators have the TLE silenced pistol, the dynamic hammer, and Raider armor. Raider armor is the best armor so far that I've used because it provides an extra layer of protection, but it reduces the amount of slowing down the operator gets because the heavier the armor, the slower the operator. And so the Raider armor to me is the best balance between safety and speed. And then the assaulters are rocking with the ACR, not the silenced one, I don't think, but they're rocking with the ACR, TLE SWAT silenced, Raider armor, and spy camera, flashbangs, etc., so that the operators with the pistol and the operators with the rifles move at the same speed. All right, enough said. Let's get into it. I love how you can see exactly what I'm pressing. So we're fitting the operators, two of them with pistols, two of them with rifles, and we're rocking with the ACR, not the silenced one. You can see I already have a route laid out. So operator 1-1 and 1-2 are gonna flow right or flow to the alpha side, unless I change that. All right, now I do have this on 0.75 speed, so it is going pretty slowly, but that's to be expected. Okay, so interesting tactic here. So I've got the operators first stacking up, team 1 and then team 2.
I'm on it.
You can see I've got team 1 flowing left towards the Charlie side. And as soon as they enter that hallway, they're going to throw a flashbang. So operator 1-1 is going to throw a flashbang as soon as he enters that hallway.
On it.
And operator 1-2 is going to follow him to that Delta side hallway, flowing towards the Charlie side. In the meantime, operator 2-1 is going to flow right or hook right towards the Bravo side, and then again towards the Alpha side to get in that Alpha Delta corner room. And because those doors are locked, the reason they're doing that is because the doors are locked. And so you need the number 1 operators from each team to break down the doors. And this is really smart. Having operator 1-2 standing right there stacked to take out any tangos that would be right there was a very smart play. And then the way that they entered that hallway was textbook, worked really well.
In position.
And you can see I'm really focusing on the cover for operator 1-1, as you can see here. having operator 1-2 right there was a great idea. And then again, having operator 2-2 in the exact same position, essentially covering the number 1 operator almost on his butt. Right, they call it nut to butt. That's pretty much what's happening here. So having the operators nut to butt, it's a really good play for this situation because one of them does not have a rifle. And so having one operator be effective as the utility and the other operator as the rifleman is an extremely smart play, in my opinion. And as you can see, it worked to perfection. Operators 1-1 and 1-2 were able to enter that room safely and take out all the tangos immediately before they were able to hurt any of the hostages or get any of the hostages caught in the crossfire. So that was beautiful. And as far as Team 2, Operator 2-2 was waiting for Operator 2-1 to be ready and enter the room, which in my opinion is great because when you have both of them entering the room, even if one of them only has a pistol, he's still effective, as you're going to see later. So having them enter the room at the same time, absolute textbook, and works extremely well. So the path that I've got for Team 2 is actually a mistake. They shouldn't be moving in front of each other, as I've said many times. And they really should not have been, I really should not have set up that route because of these situations. Now, the good thing is that Team 2, one of them, the operator that went first was Operator 2-2 that had the rifle, and so he was able to engage the tango first. Essentially, what I think I should have done is I should have had Operator 2-1 on the outside or on the Charlie side of that hallway because the greater threat is coming from the Charlie side of that hallway, and having Operator 2-2 on the Alpha side of the hallway would give him the opportunity to engage in any targets, to engage in threats earlier than Operator 2-1. And you can see what I'm doing with Operator 1-2 is he's just standing there covering, making sure no tangos come in from that Charlie side. And so he doesn't really have to move around until now. So now we're going to go ahead and move towards the Delta side of the building. And as you can see, once again, I'm just having the two operators move together with the number 2 operator kind of. I guess 2-2 is kind of in the fatal funnel, but that's where he's going to be most effective if there are any tangos in there, because if there are any tangos in there, then he can deal with those threats immediately without being blocked by operator 1-1. All right, so we're just moving super slow, making sure that we're covering everything. And then again, we've got operator 2-2 going out into that hallway, and operator 2-1 is going to be right on his butt. And so this time I'm making another mistake, which is I should have had operator 2-2 on the alpha side of the hallway and operator 2-1 on the Charlie side of the hallway. And you can see him kind of compensating for it with the flow, but not really. At the end of the day, it was effective because Operator 2-2 did engage the targets first and was able to start taking them out. So it did work, but it wasn't the right it wasn't the right route. And you could see that on the Delta side, I had Operator 1-2 enter the room alone, while Operator 1-1 recovered his weapon. And here I'm making the same exact mistake. I should have had Operator 1-2 move over to the Bravo side instead of and switch with Operator 1-1. And here I'm making the same mistake. Operator 2-2 is on the Bravo side of that hallway, and it should be the opposite. He should have been on the opposite side so that he can engage targets first and identify any targets before Operator 1-1 is even near the fatal funnel. But on the Delta side, I compensated for it by having Operator 1-1 wait. I'm getting them mixed up, I'm pretty sure, but either way. I compensated by having Operator 1-1 wait and Operator 1-2 clear that corner, the Charlie Delta corner, by hooking, which I should have had him flowing. It's definitely my bad. You can see here I have a route for Team 1 to move towards the Bravo Charlie corner and start clearing the Charlie side. We'll talk about that in a second. In the meantime, we threw flashbang grenade into the Alpha Bravo corner, which is a big room. And I've got the route set up so that Operator 1-1 hooks into the room while Operator 2-2 flows into the room. You can see I have them wait there for just a second, just to give Operator 1-1 time to catch up. Operator 2-1 time to catch up. And then as far as Team 1 goes, so I'm making the same mistake again. I've got Operator 1-2 set up to be on the Bravo side of that hallway, while Operator 1-1 throws the flashbang, when in reality he probably should not be doing that. They probably should be on the Operator 1-2 should be on the Delta side of that hallway. In the meantime, I'm going to have Operator 2-2 clear the storefront, I guess. While Operator 2-1 picks up the hostages. And you can see that I have them in the right position because the Tango was only saw Operator 2-1 at the same time that Operator 2-2 saw the Tango and was able to take him out. And now Operator 2-2 is going to clear by himself the rest of the storefront, just in case there are any Tangos left there. And in the meantime, Operator 1-1 throws a flashbang into the Charlie side, and we've got it so that Operator 1-2 is going to hook into the Delta side, clear the room, enter the room, and clear the room before Operator 1-1 enters, giving him time to engage the Tangos first. Sorry, I'm a little tired. And we're going to do the same for the Bravo Charlie corner. And so now I'm thinking, oh, I haven't cleared that little bathroom on the Alpha side. And here, what happened was is I had him in the right position. I just didn't have him facing the right position. So he didn't take out the Tango when he first got to that position, but Operator 2-2 was able to come in and take down the last Tango before I even had a chance to gather all the hostages, which means that there were no Tangos in the Bravo Charlie corner room where that last hostage was. But overall, it was a good mission. So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like if you want to see more of these kinds of videos. We have 2 playlists, one for the breakdowns and one for the just the replays. Feel free to check that out on my page. And if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, make sure that you subscribe. If there's anything else that you guys want to see or hear about in these videos, feel free to let me know in the comments. And I will see you all in the next video.